Welcome to Coffee and Candor. This is Brandy,
Amber,
Chris,
and Ross.
And
holy shit, we didn't fuck that up.
I know. I was like,
smooth.
That was like clockwork and shit.
All professional and whatnot.
And happy 4th of July, because that's when we're recording this.
And it is 800,000 degrees.
Yeah. So basically, miserable. Until fall, if you're looking for me, I'm nocturnal. So there's that. But anyway, today we're going to talk about the case of Michelle Carter and Conrad Roy. And this goes back to 2014. She's the girl that they were both teenagers, like 18, and they had been dating kind of long distance for a while, and I don't know, he was depressed and had talked about killing himself, and instead of trying to talk him out of it, she
she loves him,
like, I don't want you to die and shit. She basically, he would like make plans and then he couldn't follow through with them, which would normally be a good thing. She talked him into it and basically like goaded him into it, and she eventually was tried and convicted, but she only got like 15 months or something.
That's bullshit.
Well, it's bullshit. I mean, you'd have somebody is mentally fragile, and like you push them and push them and I mean, like,
yeah, because they were texting back and forth.
Yeah,
well, her ass should have been on trial for accessory to capital murder.
Yeah, but the whole time she was like, why don't you just do it? Just do it. Just kill yourself.
Why are you such a coward? Don't be such a pussy.
No, her ass should be in jail for a long, long time.
It wasn't like, well, maybe you've got nothing to live for. There was nothing vague about what she was saying.
She was giving him ideas on how to do it.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
It'll be fine.
And the thing is, she knew enough. She knew what she was doing was illegal as well as immoral, because how he finally killed himself was he parked his car in like a Kmart truck in a Kmart parking lot.
Yeah, and she told him like where to go, where to park,
so that he wouldn't be noticed in time and things like that.
Yeah, she was planning the whole thing out for him.
Yeah,
oh my God.
And as soon as like he stopped responding, because I mean, she was egging him on till the moment he died, and as soon as he stopped responding, she started erasing all the conversations and the text messages.
Did she know him personally, or was this all online, or what?
No, they were dating.
They they lived like, I don't know if it was, it wasn't like super far apart, maybe like, in the Northeast. States are small, so it may have been the next state or something like that, but like within an easy day where you could go and visit, and so they saw each other in person. The families knew that her family knew him, and vice versa.
I just wanted, because you hear about things like this happening over long distances.
No, it wasn't like a catfishing thing.
How you let somebody you've never met influence you that much?
No, it wasn't like a catfishing thing. They like had a
I'll tell you this, there's a special place in hell for that bitch.
Well,
I mean,
I think there ought to be a special place in jail for that bitch. I'm sorry, 15 months.
On death row. She planned his murder for him.
Nobody takes responsibility for their actions anymore, because we don't make them take responsibility for their actions anymore.
I mean, to me, it was just the most hard-hearted, and like she would try to tell, I was trying to help him because he didn't want to live.
That's not how you help them. That's not how that works.
And the case is starting to be in the news again because HBO is doing one of their documentaries on it, and so I really want to watch that.
I really, really hope that the way they present that is how cold-hearted she actually is, and not. Oh,
if they're sympathetic to her, I'll lose my shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I really definitely want to see it, and I'm interested to see how it's played out.
Wow, that was the name of it. I love you, now die. Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay.
Well, I mean, that's basically how she talked to him. And I just kind of like...
I just want to move out in the middle of fucking nowhere and just cut off all contact with humans.
I think that... I'm kind of considering that myself.
But I want to know what you guys think about. I mean, like, obviously she didn't pull the trigger. He died by.
Okay, here's the thing. Charlie Manson didn't pull the trigger either.
No,
and his ass was on death row.
And
she should have been.
He never touched a victim.
And her cell should be right next to his.
Right, and to me, I don't
agree.
see how you can say that he's guilty and her not be equally guilty.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand how anybody can. I don't know if it's because she's a young, pretty white girl.
Because that was 30 or 40 years ago, and this is now.
But I really don't. I don't. You know, like, oh, so she can't be that bad. No, she's the evil.
Yeah, no, I agree.
If you can be that cold and calculating.
Well, not only that, she took advantage of his fragile mental state, and that's
knowingly.
And that's a pretty significant thing.
Her behavior was so predatory, you know.
Yeah. You can't just say, "Oh well, she's feels sorry now." No, fuck her. She feels sorry because she got put on trial.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why.
She got arrested.
You know,
and the fact that she only spent under a year and a half in jail, that is some significant bullshit.
This is one of the texts that she sent him. So what are you going to do then? Keep being all talk and no action, and every day go through saying how badly you want to kill yourself? Or are you going to try to get better? She was loving.
Yeah,
I mean, wow, you don't talk like that to somebody who's legitimately suicidal.
You know, I read, because even though we all know it's not that easy to delete things. She deleted them, but they were able to restore them.
Yeah, she deleted them from her phone.
Right.
That doesn't mean anything.
I had read.
Hell, the NSA's got them.
Yeah, just contact them. Man.
Out in Utah.
Yeah, that big facility out there.
Man, that thing is sickeningly big. Oh,
huge.
Lord. Wait, what are you looking at?
They're saying one of the big questions in the film is, did she really tell him? Because, how he died was carbon monoxide poisoning in his truck.
Mm-hmm.
And said that there are no direct texts from the day that he died, like that moment saying, get back in the truck, you big pansy, or whatever. Because, that's the kind of language she used to him in other... But even though they can't say that there's a text where she was like, get back in the truck, follow through, and all that.
Okay, but
just wait. She sent her friend a text 2 months later, and she said in the text to her friend 2 months after that it was her fault.
Well, that is admitting guilt.
Yeah.
I don't.
Let's see. They found him, I guess, on July 13th?
Mm-hmm.
So July 12th, these are the texts. He says, so I guess... Or no, she. She says, so I guess you aren't going to do it then. All that for nothing. I'm just confused, like you were so ready and determined. He said, I'm going to eventually. I really don't know what I'm waiting for, but I have everything lined up. She said, no, you're not, Conrad. Last night was it. You keep pushing it off. You say you'll do it, but you never do. It's always going to be that way if you don't take action. You're just making it harder on yourself by pushing it off. You just have to do it now. And he says, no, that's still her. Do you want to do it now? He says, is it too late? I don't know. It's already light outside. I'm going to go back to sleep. Love you. I'll text you tomorrow.
Love you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then
how twisted is that? Love you.
And she says, no, it's probably the best time now because everyone's sleeping. Just go somewhere in your truck. And no one's really out now because it's an awkward time.
So that was in the wee hours then?
Mm-hmm. If you don't do it now, you're never going to do it.
Okay, so what does she claim all that was? Just
tough love?
Tough love, yeah.
I don't know,
what
because
the hell?
At the beginning when they started texting, let's see, they have the text starting June 19th, I guess, is when they started talking about it. She, said you need to go to a mental hospital, you need to get help. And then I guess she just got tired of him saying he was going to kill himself, so she just egged him on.
And instead of going like, "Look, I can't do this with you anymore."
And he even asked her, "Well, what would you do?" And she said, "I would go get help."
Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing: if you're gonna administer some tough love, you need to know when and how to do it. And to a motherfucker who is threatening suicide, legitimately, is not the person to do that with.
No.
This was not a jury trial. It was a bench trial.
Oh, hell no. They should have put that in front of a grand jury.
No kidding.
The judge, his basis of his finding, he feels like she ordered him to get back in the carbon monoxide filled truck because apparently he had started it it started getting uncomfortable. He got scared, jumped out.
Like a rational person.
Right. He was like, this is all getting very real, you know? And then...
Yeah, approaching that point of no return.
Right. And she ordered him to get back in.
And 15 months is all that he felt compelled to sentence her to.
Wouldn't have been me.
No, I would have mandated a jury trial, and then I would have told the jurors once they found her guilty, I'm recommending the death penalty.
They don't have any of those texts listed on here. It's like it all stops right before all that.
They say that. They said that phone call wasn't, because it was a phone call and it wasn't recorded, but the proof they have of it is from her own words when she told her friend.
Oh, okay.
The proof is from the NSA archive.
She said, it is my fault because I told him, get back in the truck. And she was recounting the conversation with the friend. So...
that's an admission of guilt, is what that is.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
Well, and they're saying, like, what could have been her, you know, because I have a feeling this documentary is really going to piss me off, because they're saying in this that it opens with the prosecution's case, and then it goes through all that, but then on the second part it focuses on the defense, and it paints a very different picture of her, that she had serious mental health issues, she was on antidepressants, she tried to kill herself, she was incredibly lonely, she didn't understand reality.
And
that's not how that reads.
And they all say that when they get caught.
Right, that's not how that reads.
Every person in prison is innocent.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Or so they'll tell you.
So this is the rest of it before it stops. You just need to do it, Conrad, or I'm going to get you help.
That
makes sense.
Okay.
Skip the doing it part. Just get him
Let's
help.
just go to the get help part.
You can't keep doing this every day. Okay, I'm going to do it today. Do you promise? I promise, babe.
Do you promise?
I have to now, like right now. Where do I go? And she says, you can't break a promise and just go in a quiet parking lot or something.
My God.
I don't... Are people that stupid now?
Yes.
The prosecutions... They think the motive, that you're going to love this.
Oh my God.
They think her motive was to get the attention of being the bereaved girlfriend.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Oh my God.
That wouldn't surprise me.
That is some big time twisted sick shit. Okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like the grieving girlfriend left behind.
Talk about sociopathic behavior.
That didn't work out well for her, did it?
Well,
No.
I don't know. 15 months, baby. She's young.
Well, yeah.
You know, that's...
So I guess I understand. Did he actually kill himself?
He died.
Yeah.
He did. Okay.
left behind. You
and
know.
I don't know if they're taking it easier because at this time when this happened, she was 17. So
That
she
to
was
me is
underage.
scarier.
But if you are on trial for accessory to murder, which is what I would have tried her with, you at 17 you can easily be charged as an adult.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, if you're on trial for murder at 13,
That's why I don't
I've seen
understand.
13 and 14 year olds get
that's why I
tried
don't
as
understand.
adults.
They take these really young kids and will charge them as adults.
Oh yeah, I mean, and I don't always agree with that, but here's a case of a young woman who clearly, she lays it out in her own words.
Mm-hmm.
She knew what she was doing. She knew what she was pushing for. I don't, reading those, I don't think you can say that there's any tough love. There's just go on and do it and get out of my hair.
So you have these kids, I say kids, young adults,
Right.
that get caught selling weed, and they get mandatory 10-year sentences.
10 years,
and this fucking bitch
gets 15
talked
months.
him into killing himself
Ruthlessly.
when it would have been so goddamn easy for her to turn that the other way because she knew he was fucking listening
And
to what she
apparently
said.
had a shit ton of influence on him.
She
Yeah.
knew his family. How hard would it be to go, hey, Mom, your son is really in trouble?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or even just call the police.
Yep.
He's trying to commit suicide.
I know where
They
he is
will
because I
go
told him where to
get
go. Yeah, I mean, she had so many ways that if she had any care for this young man at all,
Any conscience.
and I'm not saying, I mean, he obviously, the young man was very troubled,
Well, yeah.
but to take someone so fragile and use, like Ross said, what you have is tremendous influence. I mean, it's just diabolical to hear her so cold-hearted. I mean, she's talking about it like we're talking about, are you going to the movies or not?
I mean, I don't get that. Do they not think actions have consequences anymore? I mean,
Well, words have weight.
I wouldn't do that to somebody I hated.
No, I wouldn't do. I mean,
if I really hated you that much, I'll just do it in person.
Oh no! If I hated someone that much, you know what I would wish on them? Kidney stones.
Yeah.
Chronic kidney stones.
But you see what I'm saying?
I get more emotional